Yes, good morning students. Today we are going to continue about the topic errors. So last class I have explained you what are the different types of errors. So what are the errors? So how to solve the error in a physical quantity? Yes or no? Now in today's class, we are going to study about combination of errors. Okay, so that is write on the side written there, combinations of errors. Combination of errors. Under that, first one, error of sum or difference. So first one is error of a sum or difference. So what happens when the error of a physical quantities get added, or when if the formula for relating the two physical quantities is a difference? So what we have to do? How to calculate the error in a combination of physical quantity? When two or more physical quantities combine, so what type of a resultant physical quantity you will get, and what is the error of the resultant physical quantity you are going to calculate? So there is error of a sum or difference. So I will take if two physical quantities A and B are the two physical quantities. Okay, I will take two physical quantities, that is A and B. So A and B are the two physical quantities. Okay. So now, and delta A, you know about the symbol delta. Delta means small change or the small difference. So delta A and the delta B are the absolute errors. Okay. So absolute errors of A and B. Okay, while measuring the physical quantity A, absolute error occurs. That absolute error is represented with the symbol delta. Error is represented with the symbol delta A. Okay, and what is this delta B? While measuring the physical quantity B, you have the absolute error, that is delta B. Next, if Z is the resultant physical quantity or combination of a physical quantities, Z be the combination of physical quantities. See, then I take delta Z as the absolute error in the combination, and then delta z is the absolute error for the combination. Absolute error. Now, so that is first I will solve sum. So resultant will be z or combination will be z, that is equal to sum. Sum means a plus b. Okay. Next second one is difference. So I will take z is equal to a minus b. So now while solving the physical quantity of a resultant, you have z plus or minus delta z. That is error, absolute error may be positive or negative. So I am taking here delta z while measuring the combination of physical quantities, and while measuring a plus or minus delta a plus b plus or minus delta b. Okay, I will solve this first, then I will solve for difference. Okay. So now what you will get the expression if you rewrite z plus or minus delta z is equal to, I will combine a and b, a plus b. Okay. Then plus or minus delta a plus or minus delta b. So a plus b will get cancelled with z because z is equal to a plus b. So what you will get finally answer, delta z is equal to delta a plus delta b. This is the formula. So what you will get? So final expression, what is that? The resultant error of a physical quantity is equal to sum of the error while measuring the individual physical quantities. Okay, this is the final expression. This final sentence I will give you. So when z is equal to a plus b, when physical quantities get added up, so what happens to the error? Error also get added up. So remember, the resultant error of the combination is equal to the sum of the error due to individual physical quantities. Okay. Next, z equal to a minus b if we use. So what you will get? Sum will be calculated, then difference. Okay. Difference formula is z is equal to a minus b. So this can be written as z plus or minus delta into z is equal to a plus or minus delta a minus b plus or minus delta b. So if we rewrite this, z plus or minus delta z is equal to a minus b plus or minus delta a plus or minus delta b. So now a minus b gets cancelled with z. So what expression we will get finally? Delta z is equal to delta a plus delta b. So what you understood from this final expression, when you compare with the sum final expression, that is both are same, yes or no? While solving the error of a sum also, you got delta z is equal to delta a plus delta b. While solving the error of a difference, so what you will get? The same answer you will get. What is the final conclusion? Hence we can say that, hence when two quantities are added or subtracted, so this sentence is very important. Okay, the absolute error in the final result is the sum of the absolute error of individual physical quantities. This final sentence is very important. That is, when two quantities are added or subtracted. So you add or subtract, what you will get? The absolute error in the final result. This is the absolute error in the final result is the sum of the absolute error of individual physical quantities. That is delta z is equal to delta A plus delta B. So finally you will get the same expression for both sum and difference. Okay, so understood now this one? Yeah, that is error of a sum or difference. Next error in product or division. Second one is error in product or division. So error in product we can calculate easily, but error in division is very long method. It is not required. So only I will use this error in a product. The same final answer for division also. So final answer for product and division both are same. So the same theory I consider, that is I consider two physical quantities, that is A and B. So A and B are the two physical quantities having absolute errors delta A and delta B. Okay, and Z is the resultant physical quantity and delta Z is the final result absolute error of a combination of physical quantity. Now error in product or division. So product is Z is equal to A into B, right? The multiplication of the two physical quantities. Now what is get the expression? Z plus or minus delta Z is equal to A plus or minus delta A into B plus or minus delta B. Correct? Now instead of A I substituted A plus or minus delta A and B plus or minus delta B. Now so if we rewrite Z plus or minus delta Z is equal to, so multiplication this one A into B plus A into plus or minus A into delta B plus or minus B into delta A plus or minus delta A into delta B. Yes, you know about this, right? So if we divide each term of the equation by Z or AB, so what do we get? If we divide each term by Z in the right hand side, 1 plus or minus delta Z by Z is equal to, so in the left hand side I will divide with the AB because Z is equal to AB only. 1 plus or minus delta B by B plus or minus delta A by A. So plus or minus delta A into delta B divided by AB. So delta A is very small, you know that, and even delta B is also very small. So when you multiply very small number, again you will get this very small number. So you can neglect this. So you can neglect this higher terms. So neglect it. So what is remaining now? So final expression is delta Z by Z is equal to delta A by A plus delta B by B. So it's very important, this one. So what is the conclusion now? The relative error. Whether you remember the relative error expression. So this is the relative error. So mean absolute error to the mean value. So relative absolute error of a resultant physical quantity is equal to the sum of the relative error of individual physical quantity. So the sentence I will give now, write down. Hence, the relative error of the resultant physical quantity is equal to the sum of relative errors of relative error of individual physical quantity. Yeah, this sentence is very important. Okay. There is a conclusion when error in product takes place. So what is the final conclusion for division? So for division also same, remember the same this expression will get, that is delta Z by Z is equal to delta A divided by A plus delta B by B. So same expression you will get when error in division is considered. So no need of doing that derivation. So remember the final expression and remember this result. Okay. So that is important. Understood, right? Okay. Okay, next, third one. The error in the resultant of physical quantity when the equation consists of powers like x to the power of n, z to the power of n, a to the power of n. Such type of question equations are there. So what we have to do, how to find the errors. Okay. So now write down the heading, error when results involves product or division of two quantities with the power. So it's very important. So I'll take one equation, z is equal to a to the power of m, b to the power of product is there. So there is a product. It involves a product also and a power also. So it is equal to a to the power of m and b to the power of n. So when this type of equation is there, how to find the error? That is error in a combination. You have to write like this: delta z by z, that is the relative error of the resultant. Then the power you should multiply. Okay. And delta a by a plus power you should multiply n into delta b by b. So this is very important. So one equation is there when some physical quantity relationship you know. So that relationship, if it is consists of a power, so then what you have to do? You have to multiply the power with the relative error. Okay. So that this formula is same for division also. If z is equal to a to the power of m divided by b to the power of n. If such type of equations are there, how to find the resultant relative error? So now the right hand side you can write delta z by z, same thing, that is equal to m into delta a by a plus n into delta b by b. Whether both are same? Yes, both are same. So because when division or product of error physical quantity takes place, the resultant error should add up, right? So same thing for one power is there and you have divided the physical quantity and which is having a power. So then also you should multiply with the power. So note it down, this one. Okay. Yes. Next one is dimensions. So it is very important, dimensions. You heard a name, one dimension, two dimension and three dimension. So the same thing here. If the power is 3 or 2, so that power states whether it is one dimensional or two dimensional, such type. Okay. So next, what is dimension? This is the dimension of a physical quantity are the power to which fundamental physical quantities are raised to represent the quantity, that quantity. Okay, that physical quantity. Okay, write down. It is the power to which a fundamental physical quantities are raised fundamental physical quantities are raised to represent that quantity or that physical quantity. It is the power to which a fundamental physical quantities are raised to represent that quantity. So if in the equation volume you know, right? So volume is equal to length into breadth into height. Correct? No. So this formula you know. In this formula you measure the length in meter L. I write first L. This one is breadth, that is also L. This is L. Length, everything is in meter only. So what is the total length you will get? That is inside the square bracket L cube. So why I represent this length, breadth, height in L. So the dimension of length is in dimension. So you have to use the symbol of length as capital L. Okay. So breadth as it is also length, so capital L. Height, it is also length, so capital L. So now the what you will get the final answer, that is L cube. And always you have to write the dimension of a physical quantity inside the square bracket. Okay, remember that you have to represent in a square bracket. And what is this? Power. The same thing, it is the power to which a fundamental physical quantity, which is a fundamental physical quantity here, length, are raised to represent a quantity, that is volume, physical quantity. So it is the power to which a fundamental physical quantity is raised to represent a physical quantity. So this is the definition of dimension. I have just given one example, that's it. So now we will study what are the dimensions of a fundamental physical quantities. We know the few fundamental physical quantities, that is length. So the length is represented with the symbol capital L, that is inside the square bracket. Remember. So length you have to represent in a dimension, that is here dimension. What is the power? Power is 1. So 1 dimension here. So inside the square bracket. Then second one is mass. Mass, it is represented with the capital M. So that is also you have to write inside the square bracket. Next, third one is time. So that also capital letter T. So that is inside the square bracket. Then length, mass, time. Fourth one is temperature. Temperature. That is